Hey everyone, welcome to Turner Classic Movies. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. John Farrow is best known today as Mia Farrow's father and the grandfather of journalist and talk show host Ronan Farrow. But regular TCM viewers know Farrow well as the director of solid action-adventure films, including Hondo, Wake Island, and The Big Clock. In 1956, toward the end of his career, Farrow did something few Hollywood directors do. He remade one of his own movies. Of course, the remake is as much a part of Hollywood tradition as award shows and having an affair with the nanny. But a director remaking his own picture, that's a rarity. Alfred Hitchcock did it, Cecil B. DeMille did it, and so did John Farrow. In 1939, he made Five Came Back. Then 17 years later, because he thought he could make it better with a larger budget and enhanced special effects, Farrow remade it. That's the movie we have coming up next. It's from RKO in 1956, Back from Eternity. The film is set mostly in the South American jungle where a passenger plane has crashed. There's a mix of humanity on board, including an innocent child, a condemned murderer, a hard-drinking pilot, and a blonde bombshell played by Anita Ekberg, a former Miss Sweden in real life. The crew tries frantically to repair the plane because if they don't, heads will roll, literally. The incessant drums on the soundtrack tell us an angry indigenous tribe of headhunters is fast approaching. In addition to Ekberg, the film's cast includes Robert Ryan as the pilot, plus quite a few familiar faces from 1950s television. John Provost of Lassie, Gene Barry of Bat Masterson, and Phyllis Kirk of the TV version of The Thin Man. Also along for the ride is Jesse White, who played the lonely Maytag repairman on TV commercials for over 20 years. From director John Farrow in 1956, here's Back from Eternity. Not long after Back from Eternity was released, production at RKO was shut down. The advent of television, as well as the erratic leadership of studio head Howard Hughes, led to RKO's downfall. This was also, consequently, Robert Ryan's last picture for RKO. He'd been under contract to the studio for more than 10 years. Back from Eternity was a remake of a 1939 film, Five Came Back, also directed by John Farrow. One of the stars of the 1939 version, Lucille Ball, played a role in the next chapter of RKO. In 1957, Ball and her husband, Desi Arnaz, were Hollywood tycoons, thanks to the success of I Love Lucy on television. Lucy and Desi bought the RKO lot to house their company, Desilu Productions. It was a kind of homecoming for Ball. She had sharpened her comedy chops as an RKO contract player from 1935 to 1942. Up next, a charming comedy that was a sleeper hit in the late 1970s.